and 130.
In the ring, and Desert Ransom, number 4, has been the best backed on course to beat number 1 Chaparrayos, and his overs well and truly on the tote Desert Ransom at 570 and 170. Now Desert Bouquet is going up into the stalls. The race is over 1300. The favourite coming in now, Chaparrayos. And Chaparrayos comes up. Deputy De Heer is about to walk in. And they're all set now for the first of the day, the Liverpool Festival Handicap 1300, to start an absorbing day of racing. They're off this time, and Chaparrayos jumped very swiftly and away nicely, too nearer to the inside Desert Ransom. Right up there is Red Aspect and Gimme Shelter, ditto, ditto, as they settle fully into stride, and Desert Ransom a clear-cut leader, 2.5 lengths on Gimme Shelter. Third is at this stage Red Aspect, followed by Divine Ponytail, and then comes Chaparrayos, followed by Nanduti Grace, Party Cake and Desert Bouquet, and Deputy De Heer last. By golly, they're strung out. 800 to go, and the well-tried Desert Ransom must be 5 lengths Gimme Shelter. Third is Red Aspect, about 4 Divine Ponytail, 1.5 lengths to Chaparrayos, followed by, then comes another 1.75 lengths away Nanduti Grace, Party Cake, Deputy De Heer, and Absolute as Desert Bouquet. Desert Ransom works down by the 500, 6 lengths Red Aspect. Gimme Shelter's gone, followed by Chaparrayos and Divine Ponytail, and then Nanduti Grace, Deputy De Heer, Party Cake and Desert Bouquet. Around the turn, and Desert Ransom straightens about 4-5 lengths clear. Second is Red Aspect, followed by Divine Ponytail, and then Chaparrayos on the inside, Nanduti Grace. Desert Ransom is getting very tight. Here's Nanduti Grace and Chaparrayos from Deputy De Heer, but Nanduti Grace hits the front. Chaparrayos coming at Nanduti Grace. Nanduti Grace in front. Chaparrayos lunged at it though. Oh, this is a tighty with Chaparrayos diving at Nanduti Grace, making it very interesting from Deputy De Heer. Then came Divine Ponytail, Desert Ransom stopped to a walk from Desert Bouquet, and then came Red Aspect, Party Cake and Absolute, and the race was Gimme Shelter. Well, didn't that change quickly once Desert Ransom started to throw out the distress signals at the 300 marker. Nanduti Grace got clear, but then the favourite Chaparrayos has made one big lunge, and oh boy, the ground shot is frozen past the winning post, and that doesn't give us an idea. The longer shot, with the position of the camera here, it's before the line, it tends to favour the outside horse, which in this case is Chaparrayos, and on the freeze Chaparrayos looks to win by probably a short half head, but it will be much closer than what the shot that has just been shown will indicate. It is very tight. Judge has not made his decision. From the top of the book, number 1, Chaparrayos diving and could even get there, and in fact, yep, it's got the money by the skin of its chin. Number 1, Chaparrayos, has scored at $1.80. Second goes to number 8, and that is Nanduti Grace, written by Darryl McClellan, the winner written by Rodney Quinn. Number 5 is third, Deputy De Heer, Dan Beasley, and at number 2, the official 4th placing, and that was Divine Ponytail. Chaparrayos by Octagonal from Colette Noir.
Yeah, he only just got there. If you took the odds on, you are heading to the bar, but he arrived in time. Chaparrayos and Rodney Quinn just nailing Nanduti Grace right on the line, number 8, with 5 Deputy De Heer getting third, so the favourite backers breathe a sigh of relief after the first there. 15.50, 18.40 and 83.40, the trifecta, 1, 8 and 5 after the running of the first. He's win number 1 on the board for Chaparrayos. Seems to get better over the longer journeys, one feels. There's the numbers.
Grip on favouritism. It's been continually easy. Surrogate, who has been a tote tumbler, has eased slightly on the bookmakers' boards, but there's not much between these two. Fragmentation and Surrogate are ahead of Road to Recovery. It's had some support as the third elect, and then La Bella Zoccola. Now they're moving into the stalls for the first. Penetrometer readings in the straight, the inside is 4.07, the outside is 4.01. Lining up for the third meeting here in 8 days, and one would imagine that we'll see them at least come outside later in the day. We've got 4 straight races here today. There's La Bella Zoccola going up into the stalls. Filly very speedy, went well in a trial. goes up into the gates, and there's Numerical set. Expensive Son of Octagonal and Road Song. Pre-Strategic moved up into the gates, and now Fragmentation is about to get set. Road to Recovery on the move behind the line. Perfect Ace, the other one. His cream colours, principally with a maroon star, Perfect Ace, and the stablemate Backhand has them in the reverse with the maroon with a cream star. Now going up into the line near the outside, Perfect Ace, Road to Recovery coming along to complete the lineup. All in now. Rail is out 8 metres on a good track, and they're set to go race 1. Lights flash. 1,000 metres to dash. Surrogate the inside, they're off, and Surrogate began well, but Tiro has thrown his head in the air and he's going to restrain and come over their heels on the grandstand rail, and Surrogate's going to be left solo on the flat. Settling into stride now, and Fragmentation began fast, and Perfect Ace and Road to Recovery are up there with the leading bunch early, followed by Pre-Strategic. Coming across is the Labella Zoccola in the lime colours to join the leading bunch. In behind them is Numerical, who's racing a little erratically, getting his head up, and they were being followed by Backhand, and Batiro is a clear last of those coming down this grandstand rail, while Surrogate is under the whip over on the inside, and I'd say he's a fair way from the pace. Over on the grandstand side now in Fragmentation is a narrow leader, Road to Recovery after it, and now switching over heels and running on his Backhand with a good strong run, while Surrogate's over on the other side. Yeah, he's not in the race, down towards the 100. Fragmentation, Road to Recovery, they're fighting it out. Fragmentation's about a neck in front of Road to Recovery, and too fast. Fragmentation a half length, Road to Recovery. Third placing going to Backhand, well clear then to Surrogate. Might have got fourth on the inside, and they were trailed by Perfect Ace, and Batiro picked up a few. Numerical over race did nothing in the run home, and back at the tail end of the prize for Pre-Strategic, back in company with Labella Zoccola. Fragmentation, a drifter on track, but has got home 3:20 and 1:40, beating Road to Recovery $1.50. Backhand will pay $7.40 for the place. 58 seconds even the time, and Fragmentation with the race experience. The filly with the big weight, 58 kilos against the Colts and Geldings, has been too good. Albeit narrowly, it's been a strong win though. Road to Recovery second, Backhand coming from well back, getting into third place. 1, 2 and 3 with the numbers. Surrogate never in the race. I can tell you at the 500 metres, I reckon he's about 4 or 5 lengths at least off the leading horses. So that probably sets the tempo for the rest of the day in the straight races. We've got 3 to go, and I reckon they'll all come grandstand side now for sure.
All right, thanks, Greg. Fragmentation continues on this very good form. And Surrogate was the only runner down on the inside, but there you see the head-on of the outside division fighting it out, with Fragmentation just too strong for Road to Recovery, and a nice run by Backhand at his first race start, got to the line strongly. So 1, 2, 3. Now, protests have all been dismissed in New Zealand, placing Stand Correct Weight on 6, 8 and 1, and trifecta there $81 on race 7. Now there's the 8th and 5 fair Pedose.
Champions getting set. Chrysler Mirage about to walk in. In goes Chrysler Mirage. Brent Stanley back aboard Jackman, and we're all set, ready to run. As all relays join us now, first of the day to Chaparrayos by an eyelash from Nanduti Grace. Gates are back and they're off and running in the second of the day. Jackman came out just a little awkwardly, and here's Ronnie as one of the leaders with Expect a Star. Contact Point between them third, followed by Futurama, Stark Touch and Chrysler Mirage a little deep out as they canter to the Judge. Grampians next to last, and Absolute in the field is Jackman. Expect a Star and Contact Point matching strides as they turn out of the straight. I think Dan Beasley wants to lead on Contact Point now. Yes, Contact Point across onto the rails. Out of the straight he goes, a length and a half. Expect a Star. Here's Ronnie's in third posse, a couple of lengths to Futurama. Inside Stark Touch and wider is Chrysler Mirage, and Jackman on the inside of Grampians, the last pair. 1,500 metres out as they race along the Hume Highway side, and the favourite Contact Point carries his head very low to the ground, and with Dan Beasley well up in the irons, Contact Point passes the 1,400, a length and 3/4 on Chrysler Mirage, hunted hard to be second now. Here's Ronnie is third, then Expect a Star, Stark Touch, followed by Futurama. Second last is Grampians, and last is Jackman. Nothing worrying Contact Point. Chrysler Mirage still content to sit a length and 3/4 from the favourite, and as they work over towards the back of the course and link up with the 1,000 marker now, and Contact Point leads 2 lengths Chrysler Mirage, Expect a Star 3/4 back on the rail, a length and a half. Here's Ronnie, similar margin Futurama. It's on the fence from Stark Touch to Grampians, and a similar margin to Jackman. Contact Point given a little more rain now, comes inside the 800 by 2.5 Chrysler Mirage and Expect a Star. Here's Ronnie ridden hard, followed by Futurama, Stark Touch to Grampians, niggled at, and Jackman on the inside. 600 to go, and Contact Point a length and a quarter. Here's Ronnie, gallops his way into second posse. Chrysler Mirage off the bit third, then Expect a Star, Futurama, and then Grampians making some headway. Second last is Jackman, at absolute is Stark Touch. He's about to go for the whip on Contact Point, and the favourite straightens up about a length in fact now on Here's Ronnie, followed by Futurama starting to extend, and so too Grampians under his big weight of 60 kgs. They've almost got Contact Point. Here's Ronnie, Grampians and Futurama. Here's Ronnie and Grampians. Grampians, the outsiders, doing better, and Grampians gets their big effort. Grampians narrowly from Here's Ronnie. Photo third, Futurama or Contact Point from Jackman. Stark Touch, Chrysler Mirage, and last was Expect a Star. Number 1, Grampians, written by Darren Beedman, has won the second of the day, and 2 races and 2 to Crown Lodge and Jack and Bob Ingham. And on paper, they have a marvellous afternoon ahead of them too, so who knows what could happen. Standing by for the result. Grampians will get up in time to beat Here's Ronnie, and 6 and 3 in a photo for third, Futurama and Contact Point. He led up easily, Contact Point, but he gave up rather quickly in the last 200. Grampians by Dane Hill from Balmoral. She was a good mare, Balmoral, owned of course by the Inghams, and Grampians, a 6-year-old bay gelding, having his 51st start and his 7th win. Here are the numbers. 1, 4, 6 and 3 they read officially. Grampians, D. Beedman first. Number 4 is second, and that being Here's Ronnie, Rob Thompson for Johnny McNair. 6 Futurama third, Glenn Boss riding for Gary White.
Yeah, nice win to Grampians, carrying that big weight, and Darren Beedman, 750, 190 over Here's Ronnie and Futurama. 30.80, 79.50. $316, the 146 trifecta. Now, value bet applying again today, and 1902 238 238, $4.40 the cost, higher for mobile and pay phones, and it applies on this first event coming up at Cheltenham. Value bet.
We're off and racing here now. Futurama began okay on the inside. Contact Point, the favourite now, has got his head down and he's going towards the lead. So now as they sort themselves out now here for the first time and going past the winning post, Expect a Star's in front. On his outside now is Contact Point, followed by now Chrysler Mirage is a little bit wide coming around the first turn, followed then by Here's Ronnie, Stark Touch, Futurama. Getting well back into the field now is Grampians with Jackman at the tail. As they go down now, just as they're starting to go around the side of the track, Contact Point now takes the lead. Contact Point under a tight hold as they're going forward, followed by Here's Ronnie on his outside. Now Expect a Star's now starting to drift a little bit slightly back, followed by Chrysler Mirage, who's still a little bit wide now. Then came Futurama, followed by Stark Touch in between runners. 2 lengths away then to Grampians, and Jackman still at the tail. Going around now with just over 1,400 metres to go. Now Contact Point with this weird running style with his neck bowed close to down to the ground, followed by on his outside now Chrysler Mirage was a little bit wide, so he started to come a little bit closer. Then came Here's Ronnie, followed by Expect a Star. 2 lengths away then to Stark Touch, followed by Futurama. Another length away to Grampians, and Jackman seeing the field. As they go around now with just over 1,100 metres to go, Contact Point in front. He's managed to creep about a 2-length lead on Chrysler Mirage. Expect Expect a Star on the rails then, and then came Here's Ronnie. Another length away to Future Rama. Stark Touch now starting to come a little bit closer. Then 2 to Grampians, and still Jackman at the tail. Going around now with just over 800 metres to go. Contact Point's now started to put on a bit of speed here. Contact Point in front. Kreisner Mirage and Expect a Star coming, and right round the outside now is going to be Here's Ronnie. Then came Future Rama, followed further back then to Grampian. Stark Touch is going backwards, and Jackman's now starting to make a run along the rails. Going around now with just over 400 metres to go. It's Contact Point now starting to get shaken up as he's coming around the turn. Here's Ronnie's chasing hard, followed by Future Rama. Grampian's now starting to wind up, and Kreisler Mirage hugs the rails with Expect a Star. With just over 200 metres to go, Contact Point in front. Grampian's coming right down the outside, and Future Rama and Here's Ronnie battle away. With just over 100 metres to go, right down the outside now is Grampians, and Here's Ronnie trying hard along the inside. It's between Grampians and Here's Ronnie, and I think Grampians has just won it from Here's Ronnie. Third's close between Contact Point and Future Rama. Then came Jackman, who made up ground. Followed further back then to Kreisler Mirage, who weakened. Then came Stark Touch and Expect a Star at the tail of the field.
Yes, well, we all went down there. Grampians, the old Hawks favourite, getting the nod. Now, each AJC race meeting will prompt you when our roving reporter Chris Franklin has selected his filly from the races, and today Chris will be selecting his filly from Warwick Farm. You can check her out online at saturdaysport.com.au or have a look at
The start, very open affair, and the favourite is Easy, Violet Tints. She's been racing very well, Violet Tints. She just needs a little bit of luck, and she'll be hard to beat in this, but straight race, and that's always something that's a little unusual. And I think given the way things panned out in the first, they'll come to the grandstand side. She's drawn 8, so that should help her. Vickers holding second billing on track, but Easy by the same token. Jeune Royale. In fact, Jeune Royale's now second pick as Vickers has eased out again. Moving in well. Costa Granda's ready with Vickers. Down on the inside, Lamukte. Violet Tints has gone up into her gate. BB Bounce drawn alongside her in 7. Lilo Lil coming up to gate number 9 is ready. Near the outside, Phonics is set. Classic Patches has the outside barrier. Jeune Royale still to move in. Classic Patches has gone up on the outside, so it's just Jeune Royale, who's resuming from a spell unbeaten in 2 first-up runs. Jeune Royale coming up to the line. First on the card, 1, 2, 3 fragmentation. Scored a strong win. Now they're set. Cousin Sprintfield is ready. Violet Tints got up in the air a little from gate number 8, settled again. Lights flash, they're set to go. And off, Violet Tints jump fairly well. Over to the outside, Lilo Lil. Classic Patches was away quickly. Princess Abassi began very fast and shot across the field and found the outside rail pretty comfortably. Jeune Royale to jump well. Costa Granda's going forward, but it's Princess Abassi down towards the 850 metre mark leading. Costa Granda come across to sit second on its outside, and right behind them is Violet Tints, Jeune Royale and Lilo Lil on the outside rail, and they were clear then. Further back in the field is La Mukta, who's coming up the middle of the track, and Vickers just inside her. Further back is BB Bounce, who's drifted a fair way from them. Classic Patches is back next to last, and Phonics as they went to the 400 metre mark now. And here it's Princess Abassi being headed off by Violet Tints and Costa Grande. Lilo Lil the outside rail. Classic Patches is running on, and so is Jeune Royale. Coming towards the 200 metre mark, Violet Tints the grey and Costa Grande. Classic Patches and Jeune Royale, that's the 4. Violet Tints had the lead narrowly. Classic Patches after her on the far side, and Costa Grande in the middle. Classic Patches, Violet Tints. Classic Patches has the head in front, and it's Classic Patches. Classic Patches winning it on the line by 3/4, either Costa Grande or Violet Tints. Jeune Royale just behind them, and then Phonics has made ground late from Princess Abassi and Lilo Lil. Long break in the field, a serious drink, and BB Bounce. Back to the tail end is La Mukta and Vickers. Classic Patches has won the race. Number 9 will pay $10.60 and $3.50. The time is 19.6. It'll be a photo for the minor end of the prize, but Classic Patches has won at number 9. Trained by Barbara Marshman at Hamilton, ridden by Peter Mertens. 9 and a photo on race number 2. Well, it ended up drawing the right barrier, but didn't have the pace early to go with them. Came from well back, switched around heels, and she really has hit the line very strongly. Classic Patches, formerly raced as Johnny Say Sorry. Had the name change recently. Now second placing's gone to number 4, Violet Tense, Danny Nikolic, and third, number 10, Costa Grande, ridden by Michelle Payne. 9, 4 and 10. So 4 seconds in a row now for Violet Tense. Costa Grande in third place. 9, 4, 10 in 19.6. Yeah, the winner coming off a spell.
They're racing this time. Jumped away in a fair line too. One of the first out, Classic Patches and Phonics are all coming grandstand side. Princess Abassi with great speed has burnt them all off and crossed to the outside rail and leads out here, settling down from Costa Grande, going up second. They're followed by Lyle Lil, Jeune Royale, Serious Drink, and further back Vickers. Violent Tints behind the leaders, further back, then a little closer to the middle is La Mukhtar. A length and a half to Phonics is well back with BB Bounce, and second to last, Classic Patches at the 750 metre mark. And Costa Grande's gone up on the outside here of Princess Abassi, who's nearer the outside rail. Behind those then came Violet Tints, followed by Jeune Royale going back to the middle. Then Lyle Lil scooting down the outside fence from BB Bounce, Classic Patches, and La Mukhtar at the 400 metre mark, and it's Costa Grande. Violet Tints and Jeune Royale further in. Princess Abassi struggling. Then Lyle Lil and Classic Patches coming up the centre. Violet Tints, the grey, moving up on the outside now of Costa Grande. Jeune Royale nearer in with Classic Patches, finishing off well. Violet Tints on the outside. Classic Patches has got to it. Classic Patches took the lead, fighting back Costa Grande, but Classic Patches wins at 3/4 to maybe Costa Grande, and those in front of Violet Tints and Jeune Royale fourth. Then Phonics, who made ground late from Princess Abassi, Lyle Lil, a gap BB Bounce, Serious Drink, well back La Mukhtar, and near the tail is Vickers.
Lovely type. Number 9, Classic Patches, $10.90 and $3 for Peter Mertens. Number 10, Costa Grande at $3.20, and for Violet Tints to pay $1.70.